Hi, this is Nisha Rawal and welcome to Motherhood Chronicles. The points that we will talk on today are effects of good and bad nutrition on mother's health, importance of prenatal vitamins, busting myths on exercises and nutrition for a mother, and morning sickness. To help me present these to you, I have two strong women panelists with me here today. Neha Bakil, a mom and a seasoned professional with 15 years of experience in the field of sports science and applied nutrition. She has headed the nutrition department at various leading health centers. She comes from a family where her mom, dad, sister and brother are all renowned doctors in their respective fields. Neha's interest lies in early childhood care and development, through which she aspires to provide a full range of health, nutrition, early education and social services for the optimum development of children. My second panelist is Pearl Montero, a fit, hardworking woman and mommy to a 3-year-old beautiful baby girl named Hazel, who she's named after the color of her eyes. She's a Reebok running squad and a celebrity trainer. She has been inspiring thousands of people in person and through her Instagram page every single day. When I came across her profile, I could totally imagine my face on her six-pack body. So I trapped her into becoming my personal trainer. Yay! So welcome, beautiful ladies, to the panel of the Motherhood Chronicles. So Neha, they say it's 80% diet and 20% fitness. Is it because you might work out for 1 hour and the rest of the 23 hours of the day you might spend in contrast to that 1 hour? Could you say something about that?
Yes, definitely it is 80% to 20% because diet plays a very, very important role in basically making you what you eat, because what you eat is what you become.
Superb. So you are what you eat is what you're trying to say. Alright, now Pearl, you started your journey in the year 2017. We are in 2019 and that's not too long ago, just about in 2 years, but looking at your body, it feels like you've been working out forever. So could you share something about your journey?
Sure. Well, actually, I have a lot of people telling me that, that it's only 2 years and wow, this is the body you made in 2 years. But then that's like she spoke about the nutrition part. I really worked a lot on my nutrition. I took care of that. And hand in hand, workouts and nutrition at the same time, you have to keep it really balanced. So like you said as well, 80 and 20. I try to make sure that I gave it my all when it came to my workouts, but at the same time, I make sure of what I eat. So yes, it's really important, and if you're looking to have this kind of a body, you have to really work hard. So yeah.
Right. And you also started just in the hope of losing your pregnancy fat, right?
Yes. That's right. So my overall journey is actually I only looked to really lose my pregnancy fat, like you said. But in the phase of working out, and then I started getting a little addicted to working out, and that's when I thought, why not do something different? Why not try something different? And while trying those different things, I am actually having those abs and a little biceps and all of those things. But then again, it's a journey, right. So it's a lot of struggle, a lot of hard work and a lot of sacrifice as well. So right. Yeah, if you want to do something, you have to put in your all. Right. That's what I believe in, yeah.
Right from the pregnancy test turning out positive, a woman sets on a new journey for the next whole 9 months, where she's pampered even by strangers offering her seats. She's officially now allowed to jump airport scans and long queues. That old grandma who sits across the room and gives her that coy smile of, well done. Strangers who will plunge to that floor to pick up that bag you dropped so that you don't have to bend. But once the little member is born, a mom is flooded with a plethora of new circumstances and schedules where the baby's nutrition takes center stage and the mom's nutrition is ignored. A mom's nutrition is very, very important because her body has reached the optimal levels of human limits. It should start much before she conceives the baby, go through pregnancy, breastfeeding, and much after that. A healthy body will nurture a healthy fetus, will recover faster, will be able to provide good nutrition through breast milk, and will be able to stay active to meet the other responsibilities of having a newborn. Most importantly, a healthy body is a healthy mind, and a happy mom has a happy baby. The United Nations Millennium Development Goals has set mother's nutrition as an important goal to be worked on. Through TMC, the Motherhood Chronicles, let's spread awareness on mother's nutrition. So here I roll out the first question for the day. They say you have to eat for 2. Now the child, when is conceived, is just the size of a mustard seed that grows into a nut and then an avocado, a watermelon, right up to 3.5 kgs. Is it fair to compare the nutritional intake of such a little human with a fully grown mom? What would you say, Neha?
No, I definitely don't think it's fair to do this comparison, because the requirements of a pregnant woman depend upon the current weight that she's on to, and you have the Indian Council of Medical Research who has recommended set number of nutrients when a woman gets pregnant, you know. So when you have nutrients like your carbohydrates, your proteins, your vitamins, your fats, minerals, all of these, they are specifically stated in the values that a pregnant woman has to take on when she basically gets into the dietary mode.
Okay, so that means one does need to eat for 2, but one does not need to eat double.
No, definitely.
The real question, Neha, here is that weight gain during pregnancy is one of the biggest concerns for women all across the globe, right? Some women tend to eat more because in fear that they are not nurturing the baby enough. And some women, now there is a new fad, might eat less because they feel they might get too, weighty, or they might take time to lose the weight post the baby is born.
For a pregnant woman, she has to understand that since she's nurturing herself as well as the baby inside, it is important that she takes on a balanced diet, which is basically providing nourishment of all the kind of nutrients together. And definitely dieting is not an option in pregnancy, because that puts you at risk. You are undergoing a lot of deficiency that will come into play. So that's something which you should not definitely get into when it comes to the pregnancy part of it.
Okay, and you have a son who's about 13 years old, right? How much weight did you gain during your pregnancy?
Well, when I conceived, I was around about 40 kgs of time, and around 11 to 12 kgs is the actual weight which I put on in the pregnancy time.
And you followed the ideal weight?
Yes.
Wow, that is superb. You, Pearl?
Well, I was 57 when I was normal. I mean, when I conceived, and by the time I was pregnant, by my 9th month, I was about 66 kgs.
Okay.
That's not a lot, but I saw those Golu Gopu pictures of yours, the before and after.
Because I had no muscle mass, there was no muscle mass, there was only fat. Okay. So I was at around about 22% of body fat at that time.
Okay.
So right now I'm way lesser than that, so maybe that's why.
So I think I'm a hands down winner, because I was at 60 kgs when I got pregnant, and I hit about 22 kgs plus. So I went to about 82 kgs by my 9th month, but now I'm back to 59 and a half or so. Is there a difference in the required nutrition level for women who are undergoing different trimesters or undergoing multiple births like twins or triplets, or is it the same because you're pregnant or not pregnant?
No, the levels in pregnancy definitely are different from what they are for a reference woman, because you're nurturing a child inside. Every nutrient has got a set category which increases by percentage. Like when you talk about calories, if a normal woman is having calories of 1900 calories during the daily diet, she would require an additional 350 calories when she's pregnant.
That's it, not more.
Not more, exactly. Even if it's going for proteins, if a woman is consuming around 50 grams of proteins, an additional 20 grams would definitely make up a difference and would be good for the pregnancy.
So you mean if it's multiple births, then would it be 350 grams plus 350 grams, like 700 grams?
Yes. If it's a twin pregnancy, it would definitely go
But is
that
the
way.
calculation supposed to be double? And what about in the time of
It depends from nutrient to nutrient. It will not be definitely into the calorie part of it, but definitely other nutrients, it goes as to what the kind of calculation would differ to.
What are the foods to avoid during pregnancy? Like, a lot of people say that raw salads nahi khayenge, especially like cabbage or lettuce or these kind of vegetables have something known as E. coli. So, the dangers of eating it outside, especially when you're not sure how well it will be washed with those vegetable washes, that's really, really like hazardous.
Definitely. I would suggest it's better to steam the vegetables instead of having it raw, because even having it raw at times could even cause some kind of gastric upsets, which again would be problematic for the pregnant woman. So when you steam the vegetable, you are still retaining the nutrient value. At the same time, you're taking care of removing all the kind of bacteria or the E. coli, which is particularly toxic.
Okay, and what about, how we see in the movies where they have all these women who are pregnant and big tummies and sitting with a Ben and Jerry tub of a huge ice cream bowl and hogging away till about 4 a.m. watching, television. What is that? I mean, is that okay to give into your cravings or junk food or?
No, I think your cravings have to be controlled. It's fine to pamper yourself at times in terms of taking the high sugar foods, but it is extremely important for the woman to take a count on what kind of calorie intake she's taking in, because these are all empty calories. When you sit with a tub of ice cream or you sit with all the kind of sugary foods that you're eating, definitely you're just adding in nothing but plain sugar to your diet. There is no nutritional value into it, so that could adversely affect the health of the baby as well as the health of the mother. So she has to be very particular about what quality and quantity of food she's intaking during pregnancy.
So empty calories would be anything like ice creams, pizzas, or
Your sugary foods like your candies and stuff, wherein it's fully loaded with sugar and no other nutrient in it.
And also the cravings differ from woman to woman and pregnancy to pregnancy, right? Yes. I mean, some people crave for sour stuff, khatta khane ka man kar raha hai types, and some people want to eat sugar. I've also heard of some weird cravings, like women crave like rubber, the smell of rubber, or sometimes you have an aversion to certain things. Right. Is that also because of some deficiency?
No, I think it's basically the hormones play a big role in here, because what happens is when the woman gets pregnant, a lot of different hormones are produced in her body, and these hormones are the cornerstones which kind of give you an effect wherein sometimes you have an aversion towards certain vegetables. Like, in my experience, I could definitely not bear the smell of cabbage, even for bhindi that matter. I mean, there's something wherein I just couldn't take it.
Right. What about you, Pearl? What were your cravings?
Sweets. So I used to make sure that I get a sweet at least every alternate day. I really was very bad at it. I couldn't control myself.
Okay.
But apart from that, I didn't have any other cravings. But yeah, a lot of sweets.
But you were still okay. I mean, alternate day would be like you were craving for about 4.5 months out of 9 months.
Yeah.
But my cravings were weird. I mean, I'm a sucker for pani puri and mushrooms. But those are the things I was averse to during pregnancy. I didn't want to look at pani puri or mushrooms, which was so shocking, because we see, right, that people want to eat pani puri and stuff like that. I used to crave for sweets, which was very unlike me. And those cravings haven't still left me, by the way. And I would literally like eat आधा किलो काजू कतली.
So you have a sweet tooth?
I don't, but I do, I think, now after pregnancy. Let's talk about the importance of prenatal vitamins. Some people still believe in the traditional methods of Ladoos, and they believe that maybe the Ladoos make up for the prenatal vitamins. So I want you to share with us today what the importance of prenatal vitamins are, and at what stage in a woman's pregnancy should she start consuming those prenatal vitamins.
Prenatal vitamins are extremely important for the pregnant women, and as you rightly said, there are certain natural foods which contain all of these ingredients. But definitely, since the demand of a pregnant woman is so high, it is important that she supplements them with these prenatal vitamins. It's important because it supports the pregnancy. It is required for the actual or the proper growth of the fetus, and there are a range of prenatal vitamins that you need to count upon, like the most important one being the folic acid. Yes. Because it supports the fetus. It basically helps the woman to also remain healthy throughout her pregnancy. Right. Apart from that, you have other nutrients like your vitamin D, your iron, your calcium, and other omega-3 fatty acids which become a part of your prenatal vitamins. These are the kind of vitamins which support the women during pregnancy.
So I remember, my best friend lives in London, and then she shifted to the US, and I used to call for these special prenatal vitamins called Pregna Care. Now this is not a paid promotion, but I genuinely want people to know what I was having, and I started having it much before I conceived. Right. And then I followed it through the pregnancy, and then much after that, until I was breastfeeding, I was having them. They had all these nutrients that we spoke about. The good thing about having those vitamins is obviously it keeps you fit, healthy. It takes care of all the nutrition that's kind of going fluctuating, as well as Pregna Care, the one that I used to call, used to have this gelatinous coating which was vegetarian, so it was for vegans. That's why I used to order for that, because the one that's available in India had the animal derived gelatin coating.
Well, I actually had to take folic acid, since you guys were talking about it. So
yes.
I wanted to say this, that I had to take it because I was advised by my doctor. Yeah. And the reason why, because I was told that in the first 3 months actually, the growth was not that much. I'm sure you'll relate. That's when I was
advised to take the folic acid.
on a higher one. I was
Definitely.
already taking it,
Okay.
but I was put on some higher mg. I don't know much about it, but then yeah, that's what I was
I
told.
think
So
400
400
is
to
the
600
basic.
is the, yeah. Generally it
I
is
was told to
400, yeah.
increase it, and I'm guessing it was good because that's when there was a difference in the
Yes.
growth of my babies.
And you know what? This is a question I had asked my doctor, and my doctor told me that I said, you know, there are two vitamins I'm taking, and both have some amount of folic acid. So don't you think that'll overlap or become too much? So he told me one thing, that the extra folic acid gets flushed out from your body.
Yes, it doesn't get stored in your body.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
get stored in your body. So that's another beautiful thing about it. I wanted to now talk about some beauty services. If that adds to a woman's confidence, for example, hair coloring or a pedicure or nail polishes, that, you know, it might sound silly to some people, but I'm sure a lot of women relate to this. At least for me, it was like a big thing. Oh my God, I'm not going to color my hair, not going to do my nails. So what is your take on that? Because there are some really hazardous toxins, like the 3 big toxins that are present in nail polishes, like butyl phthalate, toluene and formaldehyde, which can cause major birth defects. So what do you feel? A woman just should go about having grey hair and, you know, bad nails if that troubles her, or how should she strike a balance?
No, I think it's important for the woman to pamper herself, but to the right extent, as we say, because yeah, those things which contain the toxins have to be kept away. Or maybe some person is allergic to certain things, which basically go about doing an allergy test. So you come to know that you're allergic to certain things or allergic to certain toxins. So you definitely need to stay away from those. But a little pampering, a little good feeling about yourself really helps, because she's going through this huge or humongous change in her body. A lot of hormonal changes are taking place in the body. She's having these hot flashes, she's having a lot of ups and downs in her life. So I'm sure where she feels she needs to groom herself, pamper herself, I'm sure if she's knowing the right things to go about doing it, it's quite good to go about.
So some endorphins and happy hormones won't harm her. It'll be great for her body. That's what I believe in too. You know, mental health and physical health go hand in hand. And if it does give you that little joy in doing it, go for it. But follow some precautionary measures. Like if you have to color your hair, then maybe, you know, don't do a global, do streaks. Because if you do a global, then obviously it touches your scalp. And if you do streaks, then maybe it won't. And then be in a well ventilated area, so that, you know, those chemicals kind of disperse. Wear a mask, so at least you can do that. And try to reduce the number of your visits to the salon. I guess that. What about you, Pearl? You don't look like the acrylic nails girl to me. You're like this iron woman.
Well, I didn't really have all those kind of things. However, I remember a lot of people coming to me and telling me, you know what, when you're going to have your delivery, you don't have the time to do all this, so do whatever you want right now. Quickly, just get it done. But I was like, okay, I don't want to do it, but yeah, I was like craving for it, because I knew there's going to be a baptism, there's going to be a namkaran and all of those things. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'll just go and get this thing done.
Can you tell us something about morning sickness, or how to combat it? Or maybe you can tell us also about some foods that one can consume, or maybe high fiber, low fat, or whatever it might be.
Morning sickness is a part which comes into every pregnant woman's life, because in the initial trimester of pregnancy, this, as I rightly mentioned to you, that there are a lot of hormones which come into play, and the placenta is producing these hormones which are kind of causing this morning sickness to happen. So what happens in morning sickness is, initially in the morning, the woman does not feel like eating anything. She's throwing up the moment she gets up in the morning. So it could be very annoying, very irritating for the woman. So in order to combat morning sickness, the best thing to do is try and have something which is like anything which is dry, which has got a little of salt into it, but not fatty foods. Something like, yes, like crackers, or you can go in for dry rusk, or maybe you can just have something kept along your bedside table. A lot of people are advised to eat something in the middle of the night as well, because you know what happens in the morning is, as soon as you brush, you feel like you want to throw up. So all of these things can be controlled if you have like a little snack in the middle of the night when you want to just go visit the washroom. I think makes a lot of sense eating these dry foods, so that it doesn't kind of affect you when you get up in the morning.
Yeah, you know, you're right, because I had my morning sickness right up until the 8th month. So for the first 3 months, I was like, okay, fine, I'll do without it. But after that, when I used to brush my teeth, it would put so much pressure on my abdomen that I decided, okay, fine, I think I need to take medication, because it's just called morning sickness. I don't know why, but it was like an afternoon sickness, evening sickness,
it
night
has
sickness.
those phases where it goes on from the morning to afternoon. Again, at times even you feel it in the evenings. So depending upon the kind of trimester you are into, it always changes.
What's your
Does it differ
experience?
for women? I was just going to ask.
Yes, it differs from woman to
Because
woman.
she just spoke about having it for 8 months. I think I just had it for a week and.
No, I had it for
Maybe
almost.
for a month actually, 4 weeks you could say. I really didn't.
It differs from
I
woman to
was-
woman.
I think I was lucky to not have
Have
that
it at
kind
all.
of,
Mine was crazy. Like I had to, like I couldn't function. So I'm like literally just sitting there like a pumpkin and staring at the ceiling, because I was totally dysfunctional. I couldn't do anything.
It could vary from around 3 months going up to 6 months or 8 months, depending upon every woman to woman. It does definitely change. Yeah, it's different, because even I remember having it for almost 5 months of my pregnancy.
There is so much information available on the net on fitness. For a person who's seeking that information, it could get confusing. The terms like prenatal yoga, postnatal yoga, Lamaze, there's CrossFit, Pilates, weight training. So could you basically tell us what is the importance of staying fit?
I think it's very important to just keep it simple, don't complicate it with a lot of things. Even during pregnancy, especially during pregnancy for that matter, I suggest people to just be active. That's the first thing. Because I know there are a lot of people who will come and tell you, what, don't do this, don't do that. Like you spoke in the start, like, we get so much of help from the initial days till the end, which is okay, which is good. You should take that as a, in a good way. However, at the same time, try to keep yourself active. If you can, go for walks, do something. Yeah, obviously that doesn't mean you just start doing a lot of things, but at the same time keep yourself active. Go for maybe a 20 minutes walk or a 30 minutes walk. And at the same time, if you're someone who's already been working out, then it's really good that you just go for a workout or something. For me, the best thing would be go out there, just go walk. If you can, just go a little jog. Don't be too hard on yourself. At the same time, just don't be too lazy.
True.
So yeah.
Another thing is, it's also believed that weight training makes women bulky, or you shouldn't weight train during pregnancy. I wanted to say that isn't muscle more metabolically active than fat? People who have higher muscle content will have a higher resting metabolic rate than people who have more fat. So could you bust this myth of no weight training during pregnancy?
Yes, totally. I was just waiting for a chance where I could actually speak to people about this, because I have a lot of people even coming up to me and saying, what, I don't want to be bulky like you. And then at the same time, I have people telling me, oh, I want those muscles. Well, to be very honest, weight training will not get you bulky. They will only get your muscles stronger.
True.
Not necessarily grow them, but they'll definitely get them stronger. It depends on how hard you go on yourself.
Correct.
How much you do. So because obviously the kind of workouts I do, I have them because I want them. Correct. It depends. It's each to his own. If you want to have muscles, you should go and have those muscles. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. However, let me get this straight. It's not necessary that if you do weight training, you're going to get bulky.
Right.
It depends with it does include a lot of diet. What you eat also does matter when it comes to muscle growth. So it's not just going in the gym, having weights, and then having those muscles. No, it's not like that. So
I mean, there is no ideal body type. The ideal
Absolutely.
body type is a fit body.
Fit body.
And a fit body need not be a muscular body. It could be...
You can have a lean body and still be fit.
Correct.
You can still... I have people who are on the heavier side than me and they're still more stronger than me.
Is it okay to take supplements or fat burners? Now, everything that I'm asking you can be answered in two ways. One is during pregnancy and otherwise.
Yes. So yes, during pregnancy, no supplements. Absolutely.
Except for the ones like prenatal vitamins.
Yeah, those are different totally. But when it comes to your workout kind of supplements, it's an absolute no, guys, if it's during pregnancy. However, after pregnancy, also I would say give yourself time. Don't just take it within 6 months and a year because you're in the mode of losing weight.
And you still have the pregnancy hormones.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
You still have a lot of time. You have a lot of changes still happening in your body at this point of time. So what I would suggest is go easy again. And yes, you can take supplements. It depends on what your goals are. if you want to look for something easy goals, quick goals, then maybe you might want to go for it. However, give yourself time, and it's not a no for taking supplements. I do, as a personal trainer, as a person who works out so much, I do take certain supplements. However, I have them in my goals, like in my reach. I don't go overboard, is what I would say.
So when you say supplements, what do you mean by supplements? Are you talking about steroidal supplements, or you're talking about calcium and iron and magnesium and zinc and things that would help in muscle recovery?
Exactly.
Or glutamine or any of those?
So I do take, I definitely don't take steroids, guys, and I personally believe you don't need steroids to get to a goal. No doubt steroid will give you quick results. However, when it comes to your long terms, it will impact you.
Side effects,
have a lot of side effects.
True.
So you want to have a good growth, have a steady growth. You don't want quick things, but do it easy, and at the same time give your body that time as well, because you don't want immediate changes in your body and then want to suffer later, right?
Absolutely.
So about these supplements, definitely I do take, because I work out so much, so I need my body to recover as well. With the kind of workouts that you do, so you need your body to recover. So take those supplements. I'm sure not everybody will suggest you those, but as a trainer, I do, and I feel if you're doing that much, giving that much stress on those muscles,
They get into a catabolic state, your
Exactly.
muscles are getting broken down. So you need to replenish all of those nutrition back again.
and if you're working out 6 days a week,
True.
so you need something to recover, right? So why not? If you have those things in the market, make use of them. But
I
at the
believe
same
in that
time, make sure that you're going for the right supplements.
Under the right guidance and in the right quantity, and you also should know when to take a pause and take it again. Right. And these supplements that we are talking of are basic supplements that our body already has, but you don't want to be deficient in those and miss out on any food groups that contain those nutrients, and therefore you take them in the form of supplements, because we belong to today's age where we don't really eat everything. We're not able to. So therefore, and especially when you're working out and you're breaking those muscles to repair them, you need to. Abhi tak, I don't feel that I've lost all the weight that I want to. Look at you, dude. I mean, Hazel is almost the same age as Kavish.
People don't realize that there's a difference in everybody's metabolism, which plays a very, very important role, So I'm sure right now my metabolism is on the higher rate compared to yours, which is why maybe if we both do the same workout, I'm sure I might burn 300 and you might burn just 150. But that again depends on the metabolism. So again, I would suggest give your body time, because it takes time to even, have those changes. So, I mean, if you have a lot of water weight in you, that also does make a lot of difference.
Absolutely.
And if you have a lot more fat than another person, then that also will make a difference. So there's a lot of things in this, but what I would suggest is, if you're looking to lose weight, just be active. Give it your all. Be focused. If you have like a target, go for that target, but give it your 100%. You cannot assume that, I'll work out for 2 days and then you're going to have those cheat days.
Consistency.
It's not going to happen that way. So
Another thing is, it's not just about the weight. Like a lot of times that I started with 60 kgs before pregnancy, I'm still at 59.5. I keep fluctuating between 59 to 61, right? I mean, 1 or 2 kgs up and down is obviously because of your water weight, or you might have had carbs, or you're traveling and all of that. But I have observed that 60 kgs is my stagnant weight, even though I do weight training. That's probably because now my fat is being replaced with muscle. And muscle is heavier than fat. So when people ask me that you're looking slimmer, but how much weight have you lost? I don't answer that question, because that question cannot be answered in figures. There needs to be an explanation behind it. So therefore I tell them that it's not about the weight, it's about how you're looking, how much lean you've gotten, because muscle is leaner than fat.
It's the body composition which really matters, because you may look thin. There are a lot of people who basically look fat. At the same time, you may have a better composition of their body, not necessarily because they have a plump body. That means they are on the higher side of the.
So you're talking about the body mass index.
True, absolutely.
So Pearl, could you tell us something about Kegels or Kegels as some people might pronounce it?
Yes, definitely. It is a form of an exercise, obviously, and it is something which I would really suggest during pregnancy, especially when you're closer to your delivery. It's something which will help you strengthen the pelvic floor muscles. At the same time, it helps you in terms of contraction. So if there's something that you want to add in terms of your pregnancy time, you should add this form of workout.
It also helps in controlling your urinary incontinence,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
When I was in the 9th month, I remember one day I was like waiting for the lift and I pressed the button and I suddenly sneezed. I was like, achhi! And I was like, okay, what just happened? Because I literally peed in my pants, okay? And I was like, what is this? That's because my tummy had become so big and obviously your uterus is expanding and,
And that's when this comes into picture and it helps you in terms of these kind of.
So your pelvic floor muscles is basically your vaginal muscles, right? To make it simpler. Great. So that's another thing that you should definitely add in your workout routine. That is Kegels. Does running help burn belly fat? Because a lot of women are concerned about the belly fat. How do you lose that after pregnancy?
Well, along with running, what I would suggest is you need the right diet. So definitely you can lose your belly fat, but you need a good diet as well. So if you're someone who's only looking to run, obviously you can go ahead with that, but you need to have that balance to keep the right diet with that.
Alright, so I have a question for you, Pearl. Can I work out during my periods?
Yes, absolutely you can. Technically, there's no reason that you shouldn't. However, like if you want to go easy on yourself, go take a break for about 2 or 3 days and then you can go for a workout. However, my answer to that would be a yes.
Okay, super. Can I work out during breastfeeding?
Yes, you can work out during breastfeeding, but just can't keep it easy, because if you do it excessively, that could definitely hamper the milk production in the women. So you need to keep it easy and just do not be too hard on yourself when you're breastfeeding.
So would it increase milk production because there is so much blood flow and cause engorgement or mastitis, or would it be the other way around?
No, generally what happens is when you're working out excessively, the entire blood flow goes on to the working muscles that you're doing in the exercise. So ideally you should keep it simple and just do like a light walk, or maybe just take a walk in the night so that it just kind of relaxes yourself before you go to sleep.
Okay, so here at TMC we believe that motherhood is a bag of so many mixed emotions. Love, kindness, laughter, sacrifices, emotions, breakdowns and so much more. So in the TMC studio, we try to create a small vibe of those mixed emotions. Are you ready for a roller coaster ride with me, girls? Yes. Alright, we're going to play some games and have some fun now. You have to put your hand inside the diaper bag. Don't try to sneak peek, okay? Remove any one object that comes in your hand. Close your eyes, show that thing to us, alright? And with your eyes closed, you have to say what that product is. Okay, and when I tell you to open your eyes, that's when you open it. We're going to do this one by one. Ready?
Okay.
You don't have 45 minutes to guess it.
Okay, this looks like a book
Yes!
for the kids.
Now you can open your eyes. Woo! Good guess.
A toy or a feeder? I don't know, something like that.
Okay, it's a feeding bowl. You can open your eyes.
Okay.
Paul, did you just see?
This is easy.
Uh-huh.
Spoon.
Whoa!
This seems to be a little shoe.
Yay!
Oh, this is so cute.
कावेश की सारी चीजें जमा करके लाई हूँ. Your turn, Paul. Paul, don't see, okay?
Okay. That's a car.
Yes, I think you're getting all the easy stuff. Alright. Your turn, Neha.
Oh, this is a little brush to comb the hair.
Yes, very good. Remember, our nannies and chachis made us eat all the besan, til and deen ke laddu, methi ke laddu, yes. So it's time to recall those memories. Pearl, I know you're vegan and a lot of these laddus contain ghee. So you can smell it and guess it. You can take a bite. Alright, ready? Super.
Yes.
So you can pick up a laddu, one in each ramekin that you have. You taste it, you smell it and guess. Come on, go for it.
Okay, this is methi. Definitely has some methi in it. So this
Yes!
is methi laddu.
It's methi laddu.
Second laddu. Come on.
Dry fruits.
Dry fruits तो सब में है. Ghee.
घी तो सब लड्डू में. Okay, thanks.
Jaggery.
It's गोंद के लड्डू.
Oh.
Oh, too bad. Chalo, next one. All these laddus are, by the way, eaten during pregnancy. And you both got pregnant, right? Did you eat it or not? Which one is it? Raise your hand.
Besan.
Are you cheating, Pearl?
It's basin.
Okay. So Pearl wins. अभी तक 2 Pearl win कर चुकी है. Now last chance.
Tastes like basin as well, but I don't know.
चने का लड्डू.
Is there something known as चने का
Yeah,
लड्डू?
there is.
Okay. I guess.
I don't know. I can't get it.
Okay. So it's magaj ke laddu. It's magaj ke laddu made of almonds and other dry fruits. Yay! Well, that was a lot of fun. A big shout out to you both for being so amazing, being women, giving birth, going through pregnancy and motherhood, and still being able to excel in your own respective fields. Thank you so much for coming here today, sharing your valuable knowledge and time. We are living in the times of such incredibility, like Ashley Graham, who talks about beauty beyond size, and Jay Shetty, who teaches us to make our weaknesses our strengths. If you're not already following them, then follow them for your daily dose of inspiration. This show is about motherhood, and motherhood stands for love. Love knows no gender. My mother brought me up single-handedly, being a father and a mother to me. Therefore, I am brought up with a strong belief that there is a father in every mother and a mother in every father. This is Nisha Rawal signing off. Until then, happy Motherhood Chronicles to you.